Black Clover, a series written by Tabata-sensei, is a well-known manga in Weekly Shonen Jump. Regardless of however you feel about the series, you've had to see the name mentioned once or twice over the years. Many are quick to dismiss the series by casting it into the fire. However, love it or hate it, it's managed to stand the test of time of Weekly Shonen Jump's Zacks for over 300 chapters. Not many manga are able to do that nowadays when we think about the continuous cancellations of so many great manga that had so many chances to be the next big hit. So we need to give credit where credit is due. So that leads into the point of why many of you probably clicked on this video in the first place. In Black Clover Volume 31, set to release on January 4th of this year, which is today at the time of me uploading this video, Tabata-sensei reveals some shocking insight into the behind-the-scenes in his afterword for Volume 31. I read this whole thing late last night, and I couldn't help but feel sadness for him. Seeing a mangaka be so literal about their inner turmoil, the struggles they have that begin to overwhelm them entirely, it's something that you just don't normally see often, and when you do, it potentially could lead to a downward spiral of potential hiatuses, cancellations, and all sorts of other issues besides just manga in general with their health and all that. So hearing this type of information from the afterword, it leaves you with a pit of sadness. He goes on record to say stress is getting to him and he feels immense pressure from deadline after deadline for a weekly serialization manga. He quickly tries to say he's always been like this and has always had emotional breakdowns before, but Tabata-sensei makes it abundantly clear his current emotional state is thanks to the manga serialization. Thankfully, there is some great news amongst this sad reveal. His wife seems to be very supportive of him in his times of need, and his daughter seems to be a very bright individual as well. What starts off as an emotional cry for help is spun around into an uplifting and encouraging conclusion in the afterword. And so, quoting Tabata-sensei's final words of it, "If you're reading this and you're a crybaby, don't worry. I'm still crying as an adult, and no matter how miserable I cry, there's always a very strong person looking after me. Huge thanks to my wife," end quote. I don't know how anyone could take a good look at this and not see how passionate Tabata-sensei is with his work, the manga he's working on, Black Clover. I actually kind of feel sick to my stomach on what I used to say about Black Clover about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and 3 years ago. It makes me feel sick and upset with myself just seeing this type of comment, really seeing how passionate Tabata-sensei actually is. I want to give a huge shout out to Tabata-sensei for all his effort and attention and work effort he's put into Black Clover. I'm wishing you the best, Sensei. I really am. Now, whatever you may want to take away from this afterward, there is one thing that definitely needs to be mentioned. We don't know necessarily if, it's entirely, let's say, the deadlines, but it's clear that whatever the case may be, Tabata is a very emotional individual, and he does have people around him that is continuously supporting him and making sure that he isn't getting completely overwhelmed, so that is a plus side to things. He isn't alone and by himself, so that is a light at the end of the tunnel. I wanted to really talk about this because it's like, you hate to see stuff like this, with manga going through stuff, but it's also nice to see that he's getting support where he actually needs it. I do appreciate that. But I guess I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please think about leaving me a like. And if you want more of my content to appear in your YouTube feed, then, please subscribe to my channel as well. I love you all, and be safe. Chibi out.